So today we've got 10 hard-hitting evening out fragrances for fall. The idea behind this video is to focus on some warm, spicy, nighttime sexy men's fragrances that do really well in the cooler weather. If you're going to a party, a club, a date night, whatever it is, these are going to work really, really well. These are all showstoppers. Seriously stunning fragrances that you should be aware of if you haven't tried them yet. First up, Armani Code Eau de Parfum. The newest flanker and one that I really enjoy. And I think for me, it hangs out up there with Profumo and Absolute. Not in terms of smelling like them necessarily, but in terms of how good it is. Tonka bean, lavender, and vanilla are some of the main notes. Key focus on that vanilla. It smells absolutely amazing. Warm, spicy, clean, a bit fresh. This stuff here, of course, is iconic. It's kind of touching back on that original Armani Code DNA, but still spicing it up, giving it a bit more of a modern, updated refresh, and that is really nice. I really wouldn't wear the original Armani Code anymore. It's not bad. The other flankers are better. This one here will make me but this one here will give you a little bit of that original DNA, but also kind of mix in heavy vanilla from something like Armani Code Absolute. So if you find the original to be too weak and you want something that's a bit more updated, Armani Code Eau de Parfum is a really, really solid option, and it excels in fall and winter evenings, but especially fall because there is still a bit of a freshness here. Next up, Fahrenheit Parfum by Dior. The iconic Fahrenheit fragrance made even better, in my opinion. Rum, vanilla, violet, suede are some of the main notes. So this is taking that original Fahrenheit DNA, that fresh, ozonic, classic, timeless scent, and adding some rich, heavy, creamy sweetness underneath. This here is one of those flankers that just couldn't be any better. They couldn't have done anything different to this one to improve it more. This is pretty much as good as it's going to get right here. So like most Fahrenheit flankers, it seems like after a while, they start to get hard to find, perhaps discontinuation. I have no idea what the production status of this one is. I do know that Fragrance X currently has it in stock, so hit the link down below, the second link to where I say fragrances featured in this video. It'll be the second one because this is the second fragrance. Awesome, right? And so I would jump on this because it does tend to go out of stock. It has always been on the more expensive side, but it seems like prices have crept up. I wouldn't wait around if you're wanting a bottle just because of Dior's reputation with this lineup. They've discontinued some really good ones, and I wouldn't be surprised if they got rid of this one day. The reason why I like this one for a fall evening out is because, again, it gives you a little bit of that freshness, but it also is mixing in some sweeter, heavier notes, and those notes make it a bit more warm, a bit more inviting, a bit more sexy. Really nice for an evening out. This one's also nice if you're going to be dressing up a little bit more. Some of the other ones in here, more casual. This one for a nice formal, dressed up evening out, but still has a bit of a playful edge as well. Next up, Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Vanilla, Kulfi, and cardamom are some of the main notes. So the Kulfi is, from what I understand, some sort of dessert, giving it a sweet gourmand smell. The cardamom starts the scent off with a nice spicy oriental smell. You can't miss it. It smells amazing. And of course, vanilla lingering there in the background, giving an added sweetness and an added depth. It's a Tom Ford. The quality is impeccable. The scent uniqueness, the DNA is really, really good. This stuff here smells luxurious, warm, inviting, and it works really nice for an evening out in the fall. The only downside is performance is maybe not as strong as you would want it to be given the price, but for a night out, if you're going out, 5 o'clock after you get off work, staying out for a few hours and coming home and going to work the next day, or maybe it's a weekend or whatever. The point is you probably don't need 10 plus hours out of this for an evening out. If you do, I commend you because you're going hard, but most people probably isn't that important. This leaves a really nice scent trail in the air, and I get a good 6 hours on average out of this one, which is good enough for me. Given the smell and everything considered, I'm okay with that. Next up, we have Dolce & Gabbana Velvet Exotic Leather. For whatever reason, that is a tongue twister for me. I had to try that about 3 or 4 times. I don't know. Try saying it out loud for yourself and see if it's just me or if that's hard to say as a combination of everything there. Yeah, this one, I'm not going to try to say it again, is really, really good. I just happened to be browsing around and saw this one pop up. The note breakdown looked incredible and Well, I blind bought it. Incense, rum, and leather are some of the main notes. That is a really nice note breakdown. That's what caught my attention. And the scent itself catches your attention as well. Oh, that is really, really nice. It opens up with all of those notes that I mentioned. Kind of boozy, sweet, sexy, spicy, smoky. This is incredible. And if you look on Fragrantica, what it's compared to, Dolce & Gabbana, the one Eau de Toilette, La Nuit de l'Homme, Eau de Toilette, the original. Personally, I get a little bit of both. There's like a spicy cardamom opening, which kind of gives it a La Nuit de l'Homme feel. There's a nice ambery, smooth, woody, masculine touch in here that gives it a Dolce & Gabbana, the one feel. I can agree to some extent that it does share characteristics of both of those. And the best part is, it's a good performer. It's not a beast mode scent. Longevity is good, 7-8 hours or so. Projection is on the softer side on me. So if you want projection, just go heavier. But with that point, it does leave a nice trail. Comes in at an eau de parfum concentration. All around, really, really nice scent. Absolutely stunning and perfect for a fall evening out. This stuff is going to have you smelling top-notch and incredible. And no one else is going to be wearing it. Next up, Gentleman Only Absolute by Givenchy. Cinnamon, nutmeg, and vanilla are some of the main notes. Another warm, spicy. I mean, it is definitely warm and most certainly spicy. Nutmeg, cinnamon opens up the scent. It's strong. You pick up on both of those right away. The cinnamon smells fantastic. Very photorealistic. Super easy to pick out. The nutmeg is underneath, aiding to the spiciness. So this is one where it catches your attention right off the bat. It doesn't open up bland and uninspired and kind of boring. When you spray this for the first time, you know, it packs a punch. And what that means is when you apply this one and go out and set off on your adventure for the night, it's going to do a similar thing to everyone around you. It's still going to maintain that high level of spiciness, and it is a head turner for sure. So if you're all about turning heads, starting conversations, getting compliments with your scents, something spicy and strong and warm and kind of sweet like this one is a really good option. Best part, it's an eau de parfum scent that comes in for around, I don't know, $50 or so on discounters. It's affordable. Up next, we have not so affordable, but definitely deserving to be in the video, Parfums de Marly Herod. Tobacco, vanilla, cinnamon, another fantastic note breakdown. If that doesn't sell you on the scent, then smelling it for sure will. Because this here, oh man, that is absolutely incredible. A nice, rich, red pipe tobacco. The vanilla's coming through underneath, just giving it this photorealistic, syrupy sweetness. This thing is perfection. This is another hit from Parfums de Marly. They do a great job at creating heavy, warm scents like this one. This one, Leighton, Hobdon, some of my all-time favorites. If you're a tobacco lover, you got to get your nose on this one. Best part about it is it's a mass-pleasing tobacco scent. Big-time compliment getter here, and a big-time performer as well. Sure, it's expensive, but it is worth every penny if you want something that's going to turn heads on a fall evening. Moving along, Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Eau de Toilette. Almond, tonka bean, leather are some of the main notes. So you may be asking, why the Eau de Toilette over the Eau de Parfum? And both would work. The main reason is because currently the Eau de Parfum sold out everywhere. You can't get it. I don't know what's going on. I've heard I've heard discontinuation with that as well. I don't know. I haven't confirmed that. So again, I don't know. But I do know that this one is one that can be purchased. And I really like this one. The Eau de Parfum and Extreme seem to take the stage, and the Eau de Toilette's kind of forgotten. But I love it. You get that almond in here, it's signature almond. What I love about this one in particular is in the dry down, the leather comes through. Like I can smell it off the atomizer. It smells so, so good, and that's something that doesn't come through really as much in the Eau de Parfum. Tonka bean leads a bit of a sweet and powdery nature as well. I find this one to be really, really pleasant, very alluring, very inviting, very sexy, and definitely deserving of some attention because it doesn't get it as much as the others, but for me, a great, great night out scent and one that you can actually currently pick up online, unlike the Eau de Parfum, at least at the time of this video. So if you don't have this, check it out. Next up, of course, Dylan Blue by Versace. It had to be in here. I had to choose something like this for a night out, for a compliment getter. It just kind of worked itself into the list. I couldn't stop it. Ambroxan, bergamot, watery notes, and incense are some of the main notes. I'm sure you knew that. I don't even know why I took the time to read those off. you've smelled this before, and if you haven't smelled this, you've smelled other fragrances which maybe share some heavy characteristics to this one. It's a blue, fresh ambroxan fragrance, but with a nighttime, sweeter appeal, making it great for a fall evening out. Incredibly strong performance. I've never had an issue with it. 8, 9, 10 plus hours longevity, no joke, like it is strong on me. Projection is also very strong. It has a lot of distance to it, and it also leaves a nice trail behind you, making this great for a night out on the town. You want compliments, if you're not shy and you're ready to have some people come up and ask you what you're wearing and some other stuff, Dylan Blue is your best bet. Moving up next, Prada L'Homme Intense, second to last fragrance here. This one has iris, leather, tonka bean, some of the main notes. And for me, when it comes down to just the scent, and I've said this before, it's my favorite. I even like this more than the original Prada L'Homme. Now, that's not to say that this is, I don't know, I wouldn't wear this to work. I wouldn't wear this running errands, okay? You could, totally, it would be, a good choice, I suppose. But for me, Prada L'Homme, the original, is for stuff like that. It's for work, it's for school, it's for going to the store, it's for being soapy, fresh, clean, luxurious. It does that really well. What it doesn't do is it's not really a good date night, evening out type of scent. It would work, but there are many better options from the same line, like Prada L'Homme Intense. This to me is more interesting in terms of its composition, in terms of its smell, and so that's why I prefer this one. But that's not discrediting the ultimate versatility of the original Prada L'Homme. Buy this for date nights and for evenings out. Buy the original for going to school or going to work the next day. This one and Prada L'Homme are a deadly combo that you should have in your collection. Great performer, great compliment getter. This stuff is awesome. The leather and tonka bean really add a nice twist to the scent. Last up, Stronger With You, Absolutely, by Emporio Armani. This is another one that's still kind of iffy, so-and-so on finding it in the US, but I do believe, I have a link for you down below, so you can get it. But that's really the only place I've found it, if it's in stock right now. It's worth a pickup, though. It plays on that original DNA, bringing the chestnut back, but adding a rum accord in here. So it's got rum, chestnut, and vanilla is some of the main notes. Heavy on the vanilla, heavy on the rum, heavy on the chestnut, giving it kind of a woody, nutty, kind of creamy smell. It's Stronger With You, but even more intense, even more strong. I love it. This is a winner and my favorite flanker in the lineup. This is for sure going to turn heads and get you some compliments on an evening out in the fall time. Have fun, enjoy it. So guys, that's gonna do it for me. Those are 10 show-stopping evening out scents for fall. If you're after compliments, if you're after something fun and playful and inviting and alluring to wear in the fall time, these have your back. If you don't know about them yet, hit the links down below, treat yourself, pick some of these up, and wear them this fall. Let's have some fun. Let's move into the next season. I'm pumped for it. I'm ready for the cooler weather. I'm ready for everything that comes with it, and I hope you guys are too. Now, if you want to see some vlogs, some behind the scenes content, some bonus top 10s, bonus top 5s, bonus reviews, watch these videos, videos like this in advance before everyone else, and also have the ability to chat with me one-on-one in a private chat room. Check out the channel memberships. That's the place to be. Hit the link down below or hit the join button next to the subscribe button. Big shout out to all my channel members. You guys are awesome, and we're having a ton of fun over there. It's a way for you guys to get to know me better by watching the vlogs and that sort of thing. It's also a way for me to get to know you better and to help you out and to give you any advice that you may need, and just a way for us to kind of connect more. So, my biggest fans, I'll see you over there. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.